should have cleaned my camera. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Let me fix this very quick. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Normally I just give people a second to jump in. But hi, how you doing? I'm here. I'm back out of hibernation again. And I'm in my comfies. I'm very comfies. Like I look like a real 60s flower child right now, okay? That's what we're going for today. That's the outfit of the day. Right there. Thank you so much for joining me. It really means a lot. So I wanted to talk about this Tucker Carlson stuff because oh my goodness, whew, that took me out of left field, right? I was like, what just happened? I was just not expecting that at all. But first, while we're waiting for people to join, I'll show you something real quick. A thing or two. Hope you're well. Check this out. You know what this is? This is one of those like vintage cameras before cameras got all crazy. Look at this. This is what was cool. I want you to notice. And I kept it because the pictures that it takes honestly slay. Like, it's so funny. Hope you're doing well. I so appreciate you guys spending that little bit of time with me today. So what's up, turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all that's in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, guys. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. My stomach, it just hurts a little, and I'm going to explain that in a second, and it's actually kind of funny because your girl, like, I swear to goodness, I'm the type of person that has to do something wrong at least 2 to 3 times before I get it, and that's just the way it's always been. So yeah, it's interesting. But first, listen, I'm on other social media, so check that out, okay? I'm on Twitch. If you like Twitch, cool beans. If not, that's okay too. Wherever you're at, like, just check me out wherever you're at, okay? So if you're on Twitch, it's Damn Daisy Plays. If you're on TikTok, it's modmaggieart, as well as Snap and Twitter. And listen, TikTok's blowing up. Like, I'm at 16.6K right now, you guys. Like, what is happening? Every time my channels take off, I'm like, oh, this is it. The moment we've been waiting for, boys and gals. And all this in between. But listen, that's what we've been waiting for. And I thought about this today. I thought Tucker Carlson recently did this interview, right? And I think this might have played into all of this because it was with that ex Pussycat Dolls singer, right? And it was like curious the timing because like she had come out years ago, like in internet time. This was like a decade ago, you guys. So it's curious. But listen, in that interview, she says, or when they're talking, she says that the industry, they call you in the middle of the night, and when they tell you start creating, this is your moment, like you're greenlit, that means go. God, that's how God works, right? Like that's how God works. So God is, I just feel like recently has been like, listen, it's your moment, go. Like now's your time. Do all that you're doing and do like what you love, and this is it, right? One is a positive holy thing, one is a very bad thing, right? And it's just funny how they always try and like, how do you say this? Replicate, right? Replica. That game, that AI game, oh my gosh, and the chat GPTs, you guys. No, we gotta talk about the chat GPTs. I tried not to get sucked into the chat GPTs, but I should have not even looked into it because now I'm down this rabbit hole. Do hit the like, it's free, and subscribe if you so choose, if you enjoy hanging out. We've got plenty of room, there's lots of space. I would love to have you. When we do start growing, it does, like I said, it makes me just a little giddy, so I appreciate that so much. Male, female, everything, I just adore you. Thank you. Like everyone, I just adore you. Let me correct myself. Everyone, you are not a thing, you are people, okay? And also, thank you so much to my members. There are memberships. The link is in below for as low as $2 holla. You get all the old videos, all the extra goodies. It's fun, okay? And I think that's it. Yeah, give thanks when able. Like when you clean and you do spring cleaning and you have like some leftover change from your sofa that you find, that's when you give that to me, okay? That's when you give thanks. And thank you so, so much, really. Like, when you guys do, it means so much. This is a painting. I did this one not too long ago. I got a feeling that they're going to sell really well, like, this year at the fest. They did good last year, but I don't know. I feel like maybe since I've been there, like, a few years, like, at this specific place a few years now, people are starting to remember me and recognize me, and that's really cool. I always appreciate that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you remembered my name. And then I'm like, what was yours again? Like, not trying to be rude, but that's me, right? It's so sweet, though. Okay, let's get into our purpose now that we're 5 minutes in, you guys. Jeez, stay on topic, you guys. Look at you go, just chatting away about whatever you want. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I was shooketh when I heard Tucker Carlson is leaving The Fox. The Fox, Tucker Carlson, they're splitting ways. Look at how that shimmered, oh my goodness. And I really thought that they were going to be together forever. But here's something that I thought, okay? I know, right? You're so patient. Darn it. I just found it curious because he's one of the only controversial, right, hosts that are left. He's one of the only challenging hosts that are left. Like, he says, this is what I mean to say. They say things that, look at that, 31 months, whoop, that's amazing. Look at that. I'm so praised. He's just one of the only ones that are speaking about things that other people won't, right? And so I find it interesting how he and someone else is stepping away, right? Is it Mr. Lemons? Is it Don Lemons? Mr. Lemon? Is that who it is? It's somebody else on the other side, if we are to take sides, right? But we are not silly, foolish things. We understand that picking sides is silly, right? Looks like somebody, it's like a machine pinching their nose. These are newer ones, too. Oh, cool. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce it. I appreciate that. Because I would have totally mucked it up. I do appreciate the courtesy. Yeah, these are just some newer ones. This is the newest one, though, because I wanted to do something like glitching and to make it really unique. Oh, my goodness. And listen, this is why I just adore Frank so much, and I know I'm always talking about how obsessed I am with him, so don't worry about that. But listen, I texted Frank and I said, listen, you know, this happened, what do you think? And Frank's like, something about him and Trump don't get along, that was what it was. And I was like, oh. But I just appreciate the straightforwardness, because I'm always someone that you gotta say it, like, you gotta say what you mean, you gotta mean what you say, because I don't understand. You know, you gotta, like, be very blunt. So I appreciate that. These are some tie-dyes, by the way, if you didn't know, we also do these. We make these, we make the paintings. So I don't have any, like, technically real merch, but this is our merch, okay? What we do is we make it at home with our hands because I adore you guys, and I want to show you that I care. And I'm not just going to give you crappy shirts from some stupid pre-made shop, like boring, boring. So, yeah, it's curious, right? Because all of a sudden, now Tucker Carlson is like, okay, they're stepping away. Oh, look how cute that is. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, so cute. Yeah, we do all sizes and everything. So, yeah, I do find it curious. I think that, you know, whether you would say so or not, whether I would say so or not, others might see them as somebody who is controversial. Others might see them as somebody who's, you know, going against the grand scheme, the grand plan, the great narrative, right? Ooh, this is a really good one. So what's been happening recently is we've been using the ice dye with the tie-dyes, and oh my goodness, the colors are insane. They're insane. It looks so good. It's so impressive. It really is. And these are all available. You can get them at damevonbondaisy or on Insta or on my Facebook, damevonbondaisy. And they're really affordable. It's so amazing. So I thought that he was like, I thought that he left, right? But apparently, people is saying that he was the fired. I thought they were equally like stepping away. Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing, is that I would hope that this helps people see just exactly how orchestrated some of these things can be, just exactly how calculated these things can be. He served his purpose. He played a role, and he knew that. That's the word. That's like the craziest part to me, is I think that they knew behind those big bushy eyebrows and that confused looking face all the time. Like, I try to make the Tucker Carlson face and I can't. The amount of confusion that this man creates. I can't even get my face to do it. Like, I can't. How do you do this? How do you make that much confusion with your face? Always looking at his people like this. What are you saying? I'm sorry. Clip that, okay? Clip that one. There you go. That is a Daisy, like, delicious moment, okay? But seriously though, I can't even create that amount of confusion on my face. And I do find the timing curious. I find all this curious because I was like, listen, maybe Tucker Carlson's gonna team up with Trump and Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is gonna be like, it's okay, Tucker, you can come play with us, and Tucker Carlson will be like, oh guys, I kind of wanted to go off and do my own thing now, and Trump's like, no, it's gonna be huge. You've got to come with us. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. We have a big scheme plan. It's all in mega. It's huge. It's gonna be great. And Elon's like, yeah, come hang. I just see them being like besties, and y'all, I just like doing impressions. Don't think I'm over here being like catty. I just like doing impressions. Calm down. But seriously though, I was like, what do you think? And Frank's like, no, Tucker doesn't like Trump. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's where I got the blindness from, right? And I was like, okay, I appreciate that. Look at how cute this is. Amazing. So yeah, those are all of those. I think it's curious. Oh yeah, I think that it exploded because they're buying time. That's what I think. Trust me, I'm always watching the Musk. We even have a stream on here, or like even videos that I do called Musk Watch, because we are watching the Musk. Like, I know he knows. Obviously, someone with all the monies in the world, they know some information, right? No matter what position they're in, whether they're a philanthropist or not, right? Doesn't matter. They would be given certain information. They would be allowed to certain information, and they'd be let in on certain things. That's like for dang sure. I feel like. So I don't know. I always had, like, for the last bit, sus vibes about Tucker Carlson, and you guys know how I am about that. I trust my gut, okay? I do believe that there is a divide and conquer thing going on. Maybe they felt as though he wasn't divisive enough, right? Even though people are out there like, oh my gosh, holding on to their seat. They can't even believe the words coming out of their mouth. People are so upset they want to approach him in a store and have a conflict and have it recorded and just have a viral moment. Like, this is how upset Tucker Carlson makes people. And you would think that this would be a positive to anybody's evil schemes or plans, right? You would think that that would be like a good thing. But for whatever reason, maybe they were just not divisive enough. But what I do encourage is for you all to think for yourselves, okay? Don't let someone tell you how to think. Don't hold anyone else's views or, morals or values but your own. You don't have to make someone else's morals or values or views your own. This is not an echo chamber. I'm encouraging you. Always look into things yourself. Like, I want to be straight up about that all the time. I tell you, this is a deprogramming session. This isn't me telling you, this is how you should think. And if you don't like it, then you're not supposed to be on this channel. Bah. All people are supposed to be on this channel. All people, okay? So have your own views. And yeah, if you think I'm wrong about something or you want to educate me about something, please do. Like, love that. Love that. I think that correcting someone is a loving thing. I really do. And I know another thing that people will be shook about. They're like, oh my God, going around correcting people, that's so rude. No. Guess what? My brother, my whole life, anytime I said a word incorrect, anytime I spelled something incorrect, my brother would lovingly correct me. Why? Because he knew better. Because he was smarter. Because he cared. Right? Because he cared. There goes to New York. But for real though, okay? So if you feel as though you know better and like there's something you need to tell me. I want to know. I want to learn. Okay? I'm always open to that. So just be kind, at least. Be a decent person when you do so, okay? Like, you can have a different opinion, cool. You can have whatever, like, you're allowed to be you. Just be kind, yeah. And as I was stating before, right? Only God knows the time. And recently, I do feel like God is saying, hey girl, this is it. That's what I said. I said, he must have a plan. There's a plan. There's something already. There's no way. He's not going to just walk away. Like, he's not, no. That's another point that I really wanted to make, was that he's not just going to leave. Like, there's no way, no way. So, they had to have worked something out, and they must appreciate Tucker still. That's another thing we have to pay attention to. They're allowing this man to leave with his life and not being harmed. Consider that, okay? That means he did his part. He played his part. He did his role. This is like his encore, his pat on the back. And I do believe that there had to have been something else in plans. I just really have to believe that. I have to. What do you guys think, though? Do let me know. Did you ever like him? Did you think that this is a good thing? If anything, do let this show you how calculated things are. I see that you're having issues. I'm watching the chat, and I'm like, just letting you go, because I'm like, That's cool. That's cool. That's okay. See, it's okay. It's totally fine. I don't... See, that's the thing, is, like, I don't hate anybody, right? I don't dislike him, but also I do see his role. Like, just like Trump, I don't hate them, but I do see the role that they play on this grand stage. Recently, he spoke with an artist whom was a part of a band that we spoke about, right? The Pussycat Dolls. This information, like I said, in internet time, came out like a decade ago. So for the internet to hear this news again, it's kind of like, it's horrible. Like, this is good. It's good information. It's honest information. Like, thank goodness that they're speaking about it. But at the same time, how is it that this is coming up again now? And how is it that right after this conversation, he's then gone? How is it that after this conversation about certain people and maybe getting too close to certain things, they were like, that's too risky. That was too far. Or like, I'm just curious. I'm just spitballing. Allegedly, you know, let me be covered. Just my opinion only. It's just curious timing. She came out a good while ago about what had happened in the industry. In this, it wasn't really a band. It was more like a business, obviously. But it's like, it wasn't just like a band of people that came together because of the love of it. It was people put together because they were aesthetically pleasing and their voices were good enough, right? That's what that was. And if one was gone, they would instantly be replaced. One girl had to dye her hair to look like the other girl. Imagine being like, you have to now take this woman's place and pretend to look like her enough to pass, and people won't think another thing about it. But wait, I'm me, sir. Like, the fans know I'm me, sir. Right? But no. And they got paid like crap, obviously. Just like NSYNC, just like Backstreet Boys. But you know what? They're dumb enough to do it. Sorry, I know. They were so young. Like, how do they know any better? But at the same time, you know, it's kind of like the thing where everybody's like, why don't you model? Like, why didn't you go into modeling? Da-da-da. Because, first of all, I'm more than just a pretty face, okay? And I'm not saying I'm, like, gorgeous. I'm just saying this is what people have told me. Why didn't you do this, right? And to me, it's like, I don't want to have to sell my soul. I'm not going to the crossroads. That ain't for me, okay? Satan could never. My heart is full of so much love and light that if they even tried, the darkness will flee. There's just no way. There's just no way. I cannot go to that, like, right? And I just can't. So I would, no matter what, even if, like, say, one day my paintings get huge and people are like, oh my gosh, I will pay $10,000 for a painting. I would be doing it independently of any type of, you know, anything. I would be my own business, my own entity, as we are. Like, this, it's a family business. You think I'm making this alone? No, my mother's very hands, the saint, the angel herself, puts her time into these with me out of love. So it's just not gonna happen. Like something like that. And thank goodness this woman felt the same. She was like, God touched my heart and said, you're nope. And as they said, out of the mouths of babes, because the kids were looking up to her. They were like, I want to be this. I idolize this. These unrealistic beauty standards. That's why I'm freaking in a moo y'all. I'm in a moo on YouTube, okay? Showing you my artwork, screaming about Tucker Carlson getting fired, okay? That's where I chose to be. Just think it's funny. And I am so grateful for her. Bless her heart. And like, I try not to be over the top with the God. I love God, because sometimes it might turn some people away, and I don't want that. I don't want anybody to feel turned away ever, but I'm also not going to limit my love for the Lord, right? Because I do have to thank God for where I am, and that I'm still alive today, that I'm even here right now. You know, I really do. So I do believe that Tucker can be a little divisive. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Please hit the like, sub. It's free. It really means a lot. And I don't know. I just feel like maybe they're not feeling it anymore. Maybe they don't want this divisiveness. Maybe they thought Tucker Carlson couldn't hack it, or maybe they weren't divisive enough. It's all very curious. But consider how the powers to be, that be, right? They let him live. Like, they let him walk away from the show. That alone tells me something. I don't know about you. But it shows that there's true intentions behind this, right? There are true intentions on either side of this being a mutual, like, backing away, it's all good. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's so sweet. We were just talking about Frank and how I gush over him all the time, and how it's like kind of low-key silly. And maybe just funny, but I appreciate his bluntness all the time. He's very, like, straightforward with me, and I need that, like, in my life. So thank you. And thank you, Frank, for always being so awesome. Yeah, please do it. That would be so awesome. So yeah, Tucker Carlson, a bit divisive. We're hearing that. That's what's going on right now. I'm going to tell you guys a bit more, and then I will, I have a little bit longer, but the king is due back soon, and you guys know he is just my whole heart. So I'm going to have to say hi to him soon. But let's look at a couple paintings since you're all here real quick. Again, listen, never any pressure. We're just window shopping. I'm just going to show you these real quick. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Tucker Carlson and what your guys' thoughts are. And do you think this is a calculated move? Do you think it's done on purpose? Who do you think made this call? And do you think that the last interview he had with a certain somebody and the band that they were in, do you think that plays a part in this? Because I really do. I really do. I think that they said, you pushed it too far this time. Oh, hey, dude. Okay, sorry. That's the king. He's amazing. He's just my everything, and family first always. Speaking of family first always, say happy anniversary to my parents, you guys. It's amazing. I cannot even believe this. I'm just so grateful to have a family. And I could just period stop, full stop, right? I'm just so fortunate to have parents who have been together for so long. Could you imagine spending over 2 decades with somebody? Or 3 decades with somebody? Like, oh my gosh. I just appreciate that old-fashioned value of love and the appreciation of one's, the partnership that comes into it, and they're amazing. So I hope that, many of you, no matter if there was 1 or 2, the parent was good to you. And I'm very, very lucky. I'm very, very blessed, very fortunate. This one is, she looks like, she has something pinching her nose. Okay, so you can see these at DameVonBonDaisy Art on Insta or Facebook, okay? You can also check me out on Twitch, DamDaisyPlays. I'm on Insta, Twitter, on TikTok. We're at like 16.6K now. And here we're past 11K. Woo. So now we are freaking, there's no stopping us. There's no stopping us. So like I said, we also do tie-dyes. And I also wanted to talk about the Idaho 4 case real quick, because if you guys didn't know, there's so much going on with all these cases. Look at how amazing this is. Super cute. So as I stated before, we don't have like a actual like merch thing. This is how we do our merch, because I want to show you guys that we care, all sizes of people, and we make them with our hands, with love. It goes all the way to double XL, I believe. And listen, it doesn't matter if you're small and you want a double XL. I will swim in these babies, okay? I will get so comfy up in them. They're just really amazing, and I cannot even help but to like show them off. Okay. So now that you know my socials, give thanks when you can. And like I said, that's when you found the change in your couch. My second channel is Maggie Mayhem. Dame Daisy Plays is what it used to be, but we're switching it so that we have a second home to go and put content on. Okay, so I want to acknowledge that people are easily swayed and convinced as long as doubt is created, okay? And you guys know, for those of you who have been here for a minute, I love to talk about the loopholes in our brains. I went to school for art therapy. That includes psych and soc. And so that means I have an interest in people's brains and how they work and why they do the things they do and how to help, right? Through the power of artwork, because art can be healing. And by the way, thank you to the Divine Feminine who are subscribing. I see you. I adore you. Oh my goodness, women. I'm finally feeling the balance of the Divine Masculine and Feminine on this channel, and you're both putting your input, and it's just beautiful, okay? Okay, so listen, this part's going to be really interesting and quite important, so I hope that you will listen. So as long as there's doubt created, right? There are endless videos and countless videos on the subject alone of Idaho 4 about Brian Kohlberger and so much more. And it's staggering whether you approve or not. We must consider how all of this can benefit them, right? You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. It really does make my heart just want to scream and throw up rainbows all the time. Like, I want to paint that as a painting. Okay, so not only did a person named Justin come out saying some really wild stuff about this whole case, but they had no proof for their claims, right? And the truth is, none of us truly know what happened that night. Yeah, don't watch cable. Don't watch the news. We call that the 24/7 trauma loop cycle. Don't do it. It's not good for you. This is your deprogramming session. And I appreciate you being here. Please hit the like. It's free. So, yeah, you can have your own theories, but none of us are aware of what really happened that night. The news and the media are the original tragedy pimps. And I said it. I said it with my mouth whole, okay? They are foul. And they often report things incorrectly. And they do this on purpose. Why? Because they have their own narrative and their own webs to weave. They do this to report on incorrect information, and they're also emotionally manipulative. Aren't you so sick of being emotionally prodded all the time? It's no wonder people are just losing their minds lately and snapping. Because number one, we're worked to death. Number two, we're stressed out as can be. And number three, people are so tired of it. Being everywhere you go, being poked and prodded with the emotional psh, psh, all the time. You're like, oh, I'm so tired of all these feelings. Like, good Lord. We're cycling through them like it's a freaking CD. And you're like, click, click, next song, right? Just saying. They are manipulative. They write the script and they tell you what to believe. And they've said this out of their own mouths. Freudian slip or not. They said it. They said, we tell you what to think. And just let it settle. Let it simmer. Huh? The what? Huh? I know, right? And it's amazing because if only the U.S. could do as France did and know that it is not one another, we're not divided, right? People say we're more divided now than ever. No, we're not. No, we're not. The news just makes it seem so. The news will just say so. Everyday people on the street are not more divided than ever. They care about their neighbors. They really do. Believe it or not, like they really do. Just turn off the TV like you had said. That's all you have to do. People actually do care. The actual issue is the media and the propaganda that is allowed to be spewed to us. Our brains are being rotted. They know it. It's on purpose. It's messed up. It ain't right. It ain't right. And I'm so tired of it too. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of feeling manipulated, right? And that's what happens. I would hope that all people can learn, right, something from the original tragedy pimps. And that's that they are this modern incarnation of these terrible things. The really vital thing is that we must question, we must fact check. And when we are discouraged from doing so, and when we are made out to seem crazy for doing so, that's a problem. That's a problem with me. That's a problem. Okay? I want them to explain it to me. If I don't get it, you explain it to me. Help me learn, right? But if you're telling me, no, you're just crazy. This is just too far out there. No. Why? Why? What? No. You're not just going to shut it down and like that's that. No. I want to understand. I want to understand. It's important for us to do our own looking into it, right? And it's interesting because people who cover like all these cases and such, they're still somehow shocked that police lie. I have one in the family, okay? We have a copper in the family, okay? And he'll say it too. He'll say it too. He says it to me. Police will lie. They will lie. Why are you still shocked about this? Why are they still shocked about this? Why do people not get that, right? And they question, why do people not want to call the police? Why do people fear calling the police? This might be why sometimes. This is why people encourage, hey, you keep it below. You keep it within your friends, your family, whatever. You just deal with it. You just deal with it. You don't want to, don't get the officials involved. No way. They're allowed to, right? They're taught to lie. There is a reason that this is allowed, right? And I do believe, I'm like trying to calm myself down before I get wild, but I do believe there's a reason why our youth is wilder than ever. While they're not thinking straight, they're not realizing what's happening, while they commit such spontaneous and horrific acts that are seemingly so unusual to their character. Like that last bank worker, like totally chill kid. Great grades, good kid. What happened? What happened? Did somebody get a radio signal sent to his head? Was God talking to him? Was it God? Was it the voice of God? Have you ever heard about that? That weapon that can ping voices into your head? It's real. Do you know they've used that? You should look into that. We should do a whole another video about that, because I could go all day about this. All day about the voice of God. It's crazy to me. Okay. Yeah, so here's the thing. Who's at fault, right? Who's at fault for the manipulation? Who's at fault for all the lies and the encouragement to lie? And is it society? Is it the huevons? Is it bad parenting? You know? Or is it technology? Or is it a mixture of all of this stuff? What is it? What could it be? And with these big trials that most are following, what do we see? We see that somewhere along the way, many people are being led astray. Somewhere along the way, these people, they're losing it. They're losing it. Like the insanity, I cannot fathom, because I'm not like that. I'm not a dark soul like that. And if we don't attempt to correct the situation, you know, this whole circumstance of where we're at, this is going to be no bueno. It will be chaos. So we should go after who is the real problem, and it is the media and things like this. So we either do something about it, or we be swallowed by the chaos. That's essentially what it is. We just accept our fate. We're like, bah, it's fine. My whole life's been a massive tornado. I've known nothing else but a tornado's life. I'm telling you, fire, tornadoes, and zombies. Give it a year. Give it 2 years. And aliens. Aliens dealt with the zombies and the fire tornadoes, y'all. It's coming. Sharknado. They're telling you. Sharknado. There's a reason. Clip that too. Just me yelling, Sharknado. Okay, they give us cures for the very problems that they create. They're telling the masses that this is what's best for us. It's clearly not. There is a constant loop of betrayal and deception. And what is the scariest thing? This is my favorite part. That's your answer. It's nothing at all. The scariest thing is nothing at all, because the human psyche, the human mind, we can make up some wild stuff. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. That's the scariest thing of all. All right, now I have one more page to go over with you guys, and then I'll let you go. And the king is just relentless today.
Hello.
Sorry, he just got back and he just is super excited. And I told him just a few more minutes. Okay. I just want to, this is like the really important part that I want to drive home, because you guys know that I always like to end my streams with a banger of a ending, right? Right? Okay. So yesterday, oh no, it was the day before, we touched upon the mouse Utopia experiments. This was created by John B. Calhoun. Not to say that humans are comparable to rats, or mice, but maybe some are, right? So, nevertheless, the results are shocking and more relevant now than ever. And just like Doctor Who, or They Live, or The Matrix, or Black Mirror, there's so many clear forms of media and material and content that they're showing us, so much predictive programming, right? So what are the results, and why do they seem to mirror our reality that we live in? In 2015, the Smithsonian even released an article that said how a 1960s mouse utopia led to the grim predictions of the future of humanity. That's crazy, because it is. Please hit the like. Just wait. You're going to be, like, blown away. Because once I first learned about this, I was like, I need to know more about this. And I just, like, dug deep in, okay? So I'm going to give you the, like, overview right quick. And then I'm going to wrap it up with a pretty little bow. And then I'll see you guys again soon, okay? So after that, they say, this was discussed about the future of humanity. They said it was used in overcrowding, okay? This was the idea. Think cities, okay? When people speak about overpopulation, we laugh this off because we're like, ha ha, so much room on the earth. No way. Cannot have overpopulation. This could never happen. But wait, in small areas, we can have overpopulation. Yes, we can. And that's what we see with cities. That's what we see with 15-minute cities. Yeah, your girl's talking about all the topics today, y'all, so I hope you've been keeping up. Overcrowding can happen with people too, thus the city, right? So this was in February 26, 2015. What a simpler time. How would we have known? So, again, many people believe that overpopulation is a more local thing by creating these local cities. This is where I first learned about behavioral sinks as well, okay? Behavioral sink, what does that mean? It means when the behaviors and attitudes of the mice sync together. So what do you see in a city? Oh my goodness, it's the same thing with people. How strange. Behavioral sync. People start dressing like one another. They start acting like one another. They start saying the same things as one another. They start becoming one another. They stink. It's weird. It's weird, but it happens. This is true, okay? So we learn that it's not actually the overpopulation, but get this, okay? So not only did they create cities, and they were like, I promise you're gonna have a good life. Leave the farm, go to the city, you'll have it all, right? Well.
Sup?
Shh. Hi, 1 minute, shut the door. Thank you. Love you so much. No, the other way. Oh my goodness, you're funny. You're funny. Come on. I told you a couple more minutes, okay?
Can I have iPad?
Oh, don't you wish. Come on. I'm streaming on it, boy. Go get your
But
own.
I want it.
Go get your own. Thank ya. Love ya. Bye-bye now. See you in a minute. Everybody says hi, King. Okay. So, let's go on. Behavioral things. People are behaving like one another. Very curious. And by the way,
What happens on low battery?
Okay, you still have to wait a minute. Thanks, buddy. Okay. So overpopulation, not in doesn't have to be the whole world. Has to be small spaces, okay? And here's the craziest part. It's not the cities, it's the isolation. Wouldn't you know it? It's the isolation. So not only were we given these cities, then the 15-minute cities, and then the isolation. And what happens? Well, everything that happened in these crazy mouse utopia experiments. How funny is that, right? Wow. So we see today that 1% of the population is hoarding the wealth and the resources from the rest. Well, the same thing happens in the mouse utopia experiment. A tiny percent hoards from the masses, okay? So much so that some of these few rats or mice were called the beautiful ones. These are the ones that never got bit, never got roughed up, never had to deal with nothing, right? They were strong, they ate, they were healthy, they were good. And among these became super alphas. So there was alphas, get this, because this comes along in society. And if you're missing this part, I feel bad for you because this is important, okay? So super alphas arise among the alphas. What are we seeing in society? They're saying that now. Men, supermen, are showing up because of this. And it's the same thing in this experiment. How crazy. Maybe some people are just not ready to hear it, and that's fine. But it's very curious. Oh my goodness, sweet heavens. 1 second. Okay, Bob, I said just wait a minute. He's just not having it. Sorry. Okay, couple more minutes. I know he's just excited. Okay, so wealth and resources, hoarding them from the rest. We have the beautiful ones. They're not getting hurt. Super males are arising among the males. We're seeing all this happening in society. It's happening in the cities. We're being told that it doesn't relate, but it does relate. Correlation is not causation, but we're seeing it's the same dang thing. So why can we not say it's the same dang thing? You know, I don't know. People are so afraid to say it these days. Say it if you want, like, say it with your chest, okay? So we're seeing super alphas arrive from this. What do we see today? Men, 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 men. Not complaining, not complaining, okay? But we see men out there that are like, I'm a lumberjack, yeah. Go off, lumberjack. I want to see it. Go ahead, chop me some more wood. I can do it too. I'll be chopping right alongside you. Love it, right? All for good health, strength, da 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 da. No problem with men, no problem with supermen. Go off. But it's curious, isn't it? Isn't it? They knew in the 60s what would happen if they continued to go down the path that they did, and they chose to continue. And they knew. They knew the outcome. That's so we have to understand that it was calculated. What's been done is on purpose, and it's not to our benefit. So we also see that they have the alphas that arise, and yeah, it's just interesting. Oh yeah, this is another part. Ready? Oh, this part just grinds my gears. Women. I love that more women are subscribing. Makes me so happy. And you guys know that I just want to be a good person. Like, I'm not trying to be nobody's hero. I just want to be a good influence on whomever is around. Okay, so listen. The women's, they started leaving the children's, right? They started leaving the children's for the men's. Don't do this. Don't ever leave a child for a partner, please. Like, please don't. Please don't do this. Okay, please don't. No person is ever worth leaving your baby, okay? Like, I'm simple should be like a given, just saying, okay? It's not worth it. So we're seeing a lot of that in this experiment. A lot of women leaving their babies to go, leaving their babies to go, and even doing it themselves to their babies so that they could go be with these alpha males, the beautiful ones. And what do we see in everyday life now? We got Lori Vallow, we got Letitia Stout, we got another one, we got what's his face? That the rich ones, the one with the money, the southern one. They're killing off their own youth. I just can't. I can't fathom that. My son is my whole world. My whole world. And they're doing it for their own selfish reasons. A child is a blessing, first of all. And if you have that blessing in your life, you have committed to that blessing. And that is your life now. You made that choice. That's a choice that you made. You have to. It shouldn't be negotiable. But some people think it is, apparently, you know? So I just find it really curious how the world today relates so much to this mouse experiment done in the 60s. Whether it be a coincidence or not, we are wiser than that, right? We know there's no such thing as a coincidence. And they have known that isolation and overpopulation would corrupt. It would cause issues. They know about behavioral sinks. They knew about all that would happen. Yeah, 1984, exactly. And with this in mind, they created these things. They created our own personal hell. And the name alone should be a dead giveaway because they called it Utopia. And that's what I was told, right? We were told we get heaven on earth. Well, it doesn't feel like heaven, does it? No. Kind of feels like hell sometimes. So maybe, just maybe, maybe we are in hell sometimes, you know? So, even that show, The Good Place, right? Remember that show with that chick? Listen, even that show, The Good Place, it wasn't the good place. The good place was actually the bad place. They were tricking them. They were like, hey, guess what? You're in the good place. Psych, it's all. Psych, caught us. We were lying to you. That's what Satan does, right? Oh, whoopsie. So, wasn't it to say, again, Utopia, not a utopia. The good place, not the good place. They want to destroy our eternal salvation. That's what it is. They want to destroy our view of eternal salvation. They think you want to have a good life, you want to go to heaven. No, you don't. They're going to try and convince you you'd rather be in hell. And that is what's happening. Which, again, directly targets certain groups. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm so tired of people dancing around these things. Say it, right? Childhood's end is upon us. And it's time, you know, if you haven't seen that one, you should watch it. I really believe there is genuine, pure evil in this world, and that evil exists within abundance, within people like Letitia and others like Lori, right? That's true evil. That's what evil is. As for everything else, the whole Tucker Carlson thing, that just blows my mind. It's so wild. And thank you all, like, again, so much for being here. And thank you, Frank, for always just being you, like, being so awesome to even, you know, shout this channel out and everything. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. And all the other channels, when you know, just announce it or let people know, it's awesome. Let's look at a couple paintings again real quick. Thank you for coming to your very own deprogramming session. It really does mean a lot to me. Never any pressure, by the way. Always do the things that are free. And thank you so much to my members. You really are the coal that makes this train roll. And I couldn't do this without you. I really couldn't. Like, you give me the ability to be able to create, and I love that. That's amazing. That's like my favorite thing ever, right? So, yeah, please don't forget to hit the like. It really does mean a lot. Whether you're for Tucker Carlson or not, his time on Fox is done. His divisiveness to some is over, so it seems. Or will Tucker go elsewhere? I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But what I need for you to do is stay awake, stay aware, stay well, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Tell your loved ones you love them. You don't need an excuse. And for those who haven't, please comment down below. It just helps. It lets the algorithm know, hi, I'm here, I exist. It's not for me to win some popularity contest to be like, look how cool I am. It's for the algorithm to understand, we enjoy this, we want more of this, please, more, right? Oh, I didn't show you this one yet. How silly. There's some wild ones. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm going to show you just one or two more. This one's really cool too. Seeing all these new faces, it's amazing. Yep, I gotta go say hello, a proper hello to the king, and give him another big hug, because he's amazing.
do you say happy anniversary to my awesome parents? Still kicking it after like a bajillion years. 47. Okay, guys. Just genuinely, thank you. And take care of yourselves, okay? Please, like, I really mean that. Just try and be the best you every day. And I just feel so humbled and grateful for all of you today. Okay? So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed seeing some wild art and hearing about this craziness. Yeah, other than that, I'll see you again soon, okay? I win.